I'm good.
That's okay. So for those of you who don't know who this is, that means you're under a rock. Mr. Javon Johnson, we are here at your production, your stage
Yes.
play, When Love Calls Your Name.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how many y'all love need to call my name. I keep looking for Boaz and he hiding, but we gonna talk about that later. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
And we are in, where are we? The city.
Pickens Performing Arts Center.
Right. So we're outside of, not too far from where you grew up, right?
Yeah, Anderson.
Okay, so I'm on the radio in Anderson, and I know it's not a lot there.
No.
Javon, you've done so much, like a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Like a lot,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But yet you still find time to come home and bring stuff home. Why?
Yeah. Well, part of my family's still here.
Okay.
Other part of it too is the old cliche, there is nothing like home. There's some truth to that. I mean, as much as there's a lot of things to be critical about this red state, but at the end of the day, it's still home.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And oftentimes, most of what I do, unless it's on television or film, I also come out of theater. So a lot of big bulk of my work, most people locally don't get to see because it's probably in a theater house somewhere where they're not going to travel all the way to Chicago or New York or Texas to go see a show.
Gotcha.
So a lot of times I'm doing a lot of work that nobody sees
Gotcha.
in the theater, unless, of course, the BET stuff, you see the living room and watch that. But, so I like to try to bring some of that stuff back home. One, when I first started kind of getting recognized, I remember there would be times I would be in the Walmart checkout line and somebody would recognize me, they put it together, and they're like, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute, I just saw you on TV last night. And the next thing they say is, what are you doing here? And I used to say, I'm from here. But I began to digest what the perception was. The perception was, if I'm on TV, then I should not be in Anderson, South Carolina. And then I began to think, well, my presence here can begin to shift that perspective.
Yes.
And that perspective should change to, if I'm on TV and I'm here, that means that I also can be on TV. And so I try to make a point of being present. I try to make a point of recognizing that when I was growing up in Anderson, in the upstate area, that I didn't really have a lane or an outlet for this. There wasn't anybody cultivating, saying, hey, Javon, go be an actor,
right,
go into entertainment.
Right.
Of course they were saying go into music, go into sports.
All of the immediate things that we flock to as kids.
Automotive
Right.
industry,
Right.
Going to Ryobi and all these, it was like, these are great jobs. Well, they are. But if you're an aspiring dreamer, you have some of the things that you aspire to do beyond that, nobody was there saying, hey, you should go for this and this is how you do it. And so now that I've spent some years doing it, I want to bring some of that knowledge back to make, hopefully make people's journey to their dreams a little more directed, and allow, hopefully save them some time and money. And
I think it speaks volume to the caliber of man you are. I feel like I'm from a country town, a small country town, farm girl, cows, chickens, and all that stuff. And I had my college entrance date in the 10th grade. I knew I was not going to stay there, right? Because it was something inside of me that I wanted more. I wanted more than what I saw.
Right.
But then I too, a lot like you, I take stuff back home.
Right.
And it's, for me, that's the God in us. That's the, the love in us. To not that I did it, I succeeded at it, and peace out, No, but if I can reach just one, if I can take and come back and get another. And to me, that is what success is to me. It's not about how many, big screens you're on. It's not about how much money you have. It's about what's in your heart.
Right.
And to say that, you don't consider it robbery to bring that back home, I think that is awesome.
Thank you.
That is awesome. And we need more people like that in the industry. I brushed shoulders with someone in the industry about a week ago, and they were talking about, when it all boils down to it, people say, why are you always talking to other people, or why are you always trying to find out about what's going on with them? And he gave the best answer in the world. I used to be them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I used to be the one with the dream, and had nowhere to connect to bring that thing to life. So I applaud you for that. Tonight's show was great.
Thank you.
You had tears running down our eyes.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great. So is it safe to say that theater is your passion?
It's the first passion, and it will always be there. It's at the heart of what I do.
Okay.
And it's the most demanding of an artist.
Okay.
Way more demanding than a camera helping you.
Yep. I agree. I
It's
agree.
just your instrument, just you.
I
in
agree.
In the live space, trying to reach a room full of people. That's way more demanding on the artist, and I like that challenge. That thrills me. Yeah.
Well, I know we were going to talk big screen. I know that you are on Opal.
Yeah.
Talk about that. That's like big. I live in Atlanta, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
on every corner, on every sign, all you see is here is Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry Studio. So the fact that you've been blessed to be able to land there, talk about that a little bit.
No, it is a huge blessing, isn't it? I mean, Tyler has one of the biggest platforms right now.
Yes.
I mean, it's really global.
Yes.
And so for him to even provide an opportunity for someone who's building their career, and he puts you on his platform, all of a sudden you plateau to another level. You just jump to another level. So that's truly a blessing, and to have the type of character that I have. He's in this world of madness of the Oval. There's a lot of craziness going on, but Richard Holston, the butler, is one of the more grounded characters in the show. As of now, we don't know
how that's going
all
to
these
turn.
twists and turns in the show.
Yes.
We don't know
Yes.
what Rich is going to look like from week to week. But right now, he's one of the more grounded characters to me, and I like the scenarios he's put in because it pulls at his humanity. And he's a very dignified man, and he tries to make the right decisions. But sometimes these are situations that make you have to weigh what's right, what's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is like life. You know, all the time we're always saying what's the right thing to do.
So, okay, run down, let's see how fast you can do it. Some major films that we would recognize from. See, I'm a fan. I'm like this serious groupie sitting to your right. You just don't see my pom-poms. So run it down for those who don't know.
Most people, Barbershop 2, Ice Cube's dad in Barbershop 2.
You cut off all of Cedric's hair. I remember that.
They Hate to Give. I was the pastor in They Hate to Give.
Yep.
The Watsons Go to Birmingham. I don't know if you that was on Netflix. I was a pastor in that. Prison Break. I was on that TV series. On American Soul, which is also on BET. The Quad, that was on BET.
The list goes on and on and on, and I consider it a blessing and honor. Even when we met last year, I considered it a blessing and an honor because being a woman of the arts and music and writing, that's my passion, and I always look at it as a blessing to be able to commune with people of like spirit, because I'm always paying attention and I'm always learning, and I feel like this is one of the ways that we can reach the masses of the people. Take the time out of our busy schedule, sit down and let them know, hey, I used to be there too. I used to be the one sitting on the other side of this camera, watching, on television, wanting to do.
My first film project was an extra in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
I gotta go back
When
and
Nature Calls.
I gotta go back and watch it because I don't.
You're gonna watch it, but unless I'm sitting next to you and point at the screen,
You know what?
you're not gonna know which one of those African warriors I am. With a spear.
Okay.
But my point is, that's where I started.
Okay.
So, it's a journey. It's a process. It's one you have to be fully committed to.
Yeah.
And you have to allow yourself to be able to walk that walk, and give yourself patience and preparation before opportunity. Because a lot of people get into it, they want to go to opportunity first. And then they get the opportunity and realize I wasn't prepared.
I was about to ask you that. Would you say that start? Because I don't look at starts as small starts.
Right.
I don't use the word small. To me, it's a start.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that start, would you say everything that you've journeyed through to your now, it made you better, you learned more, it made you tougher for the craziness of the industry?
If your mindset is right. Because sometimes we can't appreciate the baby steps. We take those for granted or we resent it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because we want it now. We want more right now. So if you can measure the baby steps as successes along the way, then in retrospect, we can look back and we can say, oh, back in 2005 when I did that, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing in 2010.
I like it.
Because that thing in 2005 happened, and I needed that to happen for me to be ready for what happened in 2010.
Yeah.
But if we don't have our mindset right, then we get lost and we get discouraged, and we start questioning things, and then we start looking at other people's successes and looking at ourselves as failures.
What do you want Anderson the world to remember Javon Johnson for?
I want to remember me for making other people, like I said, kind of my curtain speech, helping other people to recognize their own values. Because I think, particularly in our community, there's a to me, there's a crisis in terms of young black people in general, just not knowing their self-worth and not feeling unworthy of something. And being worthy of something is also meaning being worthy of pursuing a dream and not having to have permission to do that.
That's
you
good.
know what I mean? Because we look at other people and say, well, I can't never be that, or I feel that would be stupid for me to try to do that. I'm not. So you end up doing something else that's comfortable, and you get to be 60 years old and you look back and say, that's never what I wasn't that person for 60 years of my life. The person I wanted to be is the one I imagined that I never let live. And so that's all about self-worth and knowing your value and knowing what your voice is and what story you want to tell the world, whether that's through engineering, agriculture, the arts, or whatever, but it's your voice, it's your story. And so I want to be known for someone who helped cultivate people in that way.
I tell my kids all the time, life is going to throw you curveballs, so curve with it.
Yeah.
Don't complain about it.
Right.
Just stay in the curve.
Yeah.
You know, and I do believe that you stayed in the curve for a long time.
Oh, absolutely.
And you know, Oval, who knows what's next. I'm telling y'all, I'm speaking this into existence. He gonna write a character for me, so y'all just need to look for it. And I'm good. I got my little actor IBD. I got all of that.
Yeah, you go. Yeah.
I got all of that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sitting down with me and introducing. You know, we have a lot of viewers, a lot of followers, my people to you.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
And tell them where they need to go because they need to follow. And I heard you earlier. Let's hashtag. Let's share all of that. Tell them.
And plus, if you want to look for professional training, also I'm teaching weekly in Greenville.
Okay.
In
Okay.
Greenville every week. So if you're looking for training, you can inbox me. Not inbox. Inbox is Facebook.
Right.
DM.
Right.
Is IG.
Slide
to my DM.
Don't feel bad. I'm getting it too.
Yeah. My IG is Javon Johnson, the #1, and you can find me on Facebook under Javon Johnson. My website is www.javonjohnson.net. You can find a lot of information on there as well.
Thank you, Javon, for sitting down with me. This has been a blessing. Listen, at the end of the day, you're listening to it from the man. Javon he's like the man right now. And, you know, he's telling you, don't give up, no matter what it looks like, no matter where you're from, no matter if you don't feel like you're worthy of it. The hell that you went through, it's because your blessing is on the other side.
Absolutely.
And so just take the words from someone who has been there, done that, and he got the starter jacket. He ain't got it on. But to be able to tell you, keep going, because your blessing is waiting on the other side of what I hear is humility.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm amen. Amen. So listen, meet me there. Nope, you got to beat me there. 8 a.m. in the morning, Power 95 WLAS. This is Shanta Moore with the awesome Javon Johnson. And we out.